So let me ask you, what income do you really need to live a great life? What if I told you the American dream now costs six figures? That's right. Most Americans today say at least $100,000 a year feels like they're living well. But here's the kicker. In some cities, even 200,000 might not be enough. So what's really going on with middle class in America? Stick around because I'm diving deeper into the real numbers, and some of them might shock you. Today, I'm breaking down one of the most important questions facing you right now. How much money do you actually need to live comfortably in 2025? We'll look at a survey data, regional differences, and I'll give you the real breakdown. Let's start with the headline number that's been making waves, $100,000. Recent surveys show that nearly 50% of Americans believe they need to make at least $100,000 annually to feel financially comfortable. But here's what's really interesting. This isn't just wishful thinking. A Bankrate survey found that 25% of Americans actually say they need $150,000 or more, with some cities anywhere from $200,000 to $500,000. Meanwhile, Go Bankrate surveyed over 1,000 adults and found that 33% felt $100,000 was essential for a middle-class family to live comfortably, while 15% wanted $150,000 or more. But here's the reality check. The official middle-class income range is still defined roughly as $52,000 to $156,000, depending on household size. So there's a massive gap between what the government says is middle class and what people actually feel they need. This shift tells us something important about inflation, housing cost, and changing expectations. When half the country says they need six figures to just feel comfortable, we're not talking about luxury. We're talking about basic financial security in modern America. What income do you think you need to feel comfortable? Comment below and tell us, what are you making? What would feel comfortable to you? Now, location is everything. Here's where it gets really interesting and expensive. Your zip code might be the biggest factor in determining how much you actually need. In major metro areas like San Jose, California, middle class means earning between $90,000 and $270,000. Let that sink in. Even $100,000 might just scratch the surface in Silicon Valley. Let's break down some real numbers. A family of four in New York State needs roughly $277,000 per year to live comfortably. Meanwhile, in Texas, a single adult might need around $90,700 and the family $204,900. Now that's a massive difference depending on where you call home. This regional variation is why so many people are questioning whether the American dream is still achievable. Do you think it's still achievable? Comment below and let me know your thoughts. You might be making great money in one state, but you move to a coastal city and suddenly you're struggling to afford rent, let alone buy a house. And the psychology of enough. Here's where it gets really fascinating from a psychological standpoint. Bankrate found that the average American believes they need around $233,000 per year to feel financially comfortable, and nearly $483,000 to feel rich. These aren't small numbers we're talking about. But here's the interesting part. Research shows that emotional well-being plateaus around $200,000 in household income. Beyond that point, more money doesn't necessarily boost your day-to-day happiness. Now, this suggests that there's a sweet spot where financial stress disappears, but additional income doesn't keep making you proportionately happier. This plateau effect is crucial to understanding because it helps explain why people focus so much on reaching that $200,000 threshold. It's not just about having more stuff. It's about reaching a point where money stops being a daily source of stress and anxiety. Let's break down the numbers. Let me give you a clear breakdown of what we're looking at. For national averages, if you want to feel like you're living great in most places, you're looking at $100,000 to $150,000 per year. This covers your basic plus some extras without constant financial stress. In expensive cities or for larger families, that jumps to $200,000 to $300,000 or more. This isn't about being flashy. It's about affording housing, childcare, health care, and maybe savings for retirement and the kids' college fund. And here's the key insight. Beyond about $200,000, more income doesn't necessarily boost day-to-day happiness, but it does improve security through having better savings, home ownership, opportunities, and retirement preparedness. So what does this all mean for you? What does this mean for your financial planning? First, understand that the gap between the official middle class definition and what people actually need to feel comfortable is real and significant. If you're making $75,000 and you're feeling stretched, you're not alone and you're not doing anything wrong. Second, location matters enormously. A $100,000 salary in rural Texas it actually goes much further than the same salary in San Francisco or New York. If you're planning a move or you're considering job opportunities, factor in the real cost of living, not just that salary number. And third, focus on that sweet spot, around $200,000 household income, if possible. This seems to be where financial stress really starts to disappear for most families. The bottom line is the American middle class is being redefined by economic reality. While official definitions might say the middle class starts around $52,000, the lived experience of most Americans suggests you need closer to $100,000 to $150,000 to truly feel comfortable, and even more in expensive areas. What do you think about this? What's this make you think? Comment below. Does this match your experience? Are you feeling squeezed even with a decent income? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more real talk about money and economics in America. Thanks for watching. What income do you think you need to feel comfortable? Comment below. Let us know your thoughts about all of this information. Please subscribe. Have a great day.